Hi, so I took this picture of the sky yesterday because I thought it looked a bit like a painting with the sun trying to sneak through. Yesterday I was talking about Katherine Mansfield and her poem TB, and I said about the association between the rooster and the other name for it, which is his cock. Such a child, it makes me laugh. And I was talking about the Horus one, but there was a temple of Osiris set up in Weston-super-Mare, which was run under Benjamin Cox, which I'm taking as a win. There was also one set up in Edinburgh, which was Amun-Ra, and then another one set up by Mathers in Paris. Anyway, I looked at another poem of hers, A New Hymn. I thought it was interesting that she'd called it New Hymn, a reference to Newt, and then could also be like majesty. So a new king or queen. Sing a song of men's pyjamas, 6:30 has got a pair, and he's wearing them this evening and he's looking such a dear. Sing a song of frocks with pockets, I have got one, it is so's, I can use my initial hankies every time I blow my nose. So sing a song of men's pyjamas, so that's instead of sixpence. I thought that could relate to the idea of the pyjamas being made out of silk. So that would be a reference to like King's Counsel, which I've referenced in relation to The Wasteland the other day. I thought that was interesting because it's got the sound cow, moo. 6:30 has got a pair. Well, it's got a pair of hands on the clock, which is dirt in hieroglyphics, which is hands or trunk. So that I think means two Eliots, because Eliots represented themselves as an elephant. And it's got a pair, there's a homonym there with pear as in pear tree, fertility. Oh, and pyjamas is also like the jam part could be Umun, which is Amun again. I'm not sure about wearing them this evening, he's looking such a dear, but sing a song of frocks with pockets. So the King's Counsel wears a frock coat. So I think it's to do with the clothes that they wear, and also women do want pockets in their dresses. And I can use my initial hankies, so I think that relates to TS. I've always thought it's weird that he's known as TS, and I don't know many other poets that are just called by their initials. So does that relate to the Theosophical Society? Now, Hugh Eliot, who is actually John Hugh Armstrong Eliot, was a lawyer and also a publisher, and he knew Yeats. So in this website I was looking at, it said, the editors of W. Yeats' letters call Hugh Eliot the owner of Redmond & Co., but Godaldor member A. Waite describes him as a partner of the firm. So there's a connection with Redmond & Co., Oxford University, where Hugh Eliot graduated from, and William Heinemann Limited. His wife was Eleanor Blanche Eliot, previous surname Bruce. In another poem of Mansfield's, Grown-Up Talk, she says, 6:30 and I were talking, so she was talking to Eliot in a very grown-up way. Well, that's very suggestive. She then later says, how do babies come, I wonder? And he said, looking at the sky, Newt. And finally, she writes a poem to LHB, her brother and the Brotherhood of Luxor.